this car looks like it has square wheels, but they are actually round. So I think I'm gonna start by trying to build a circle. Now, if you've seen the video about the arcade machine I built, you know that I've added a curved screen like a real gamer. So I've been thinking I could use the same technique to build some kind of a circle. Now the challenge is gonna be making this run in scrap mechanic without it lagging too much. So for the actual curvature I'm gonna need 2 blocks each and then connect them with a bearing, which is gonna create some sort of a chain, and it conveniently allows me to hide my controller. Alright, so now I've connected all the 10 bearings to my controller. The circle is gonna need 360 degrees. So if I hold shift I can go in exactly 3 angle steps, which means I'm exactly gonna need 120 bearings. Now I've built this huge tower once, which has 130 bearings, and it's a little laggy. I mean, it's very laggy, but it sorta still runs, so I think this is about as many bearings as I can have. Well, now it's looking a little weird. I think I need to invert every second bearing. Oh, yeah, I think it's coming together slowly. So if I just keep duping this piece, we're gonna have a real circle in scrap mechanic. Okay, I hope I did the weld correctly. Yep, it's working. Now we're already at 40. Now this is already 80 and oh, it's getting laggy already. Alright, I think I need to start lowering the physics. But oh my god, this is like an actual circle in scrap mechanic. Alright, now this is 120 bearings. I'm just on physics 4, so yeah, this is gonna be fun. Oh, it is so laggy. Oh my god, you can see it's working. Okay, my game is almost freezing. Well, it's already looking very good, but it's not closing exactly. Well, and I can't weld this end to the bearing on this side. So I've been thinking I could go into the blueprint folder and maybe add the blueprint. So if I mess with the positions the bearing connects to, we get an invalid joint positions error. I mean, it would have defied all laws of physics anyway, but I think I have another idea how I can make this circle work. Since I can't just blueprint edit this thing together, I'll have to work with the actual scrap mechanic physics. So I broke off this 30 bearing piece, so I can try and assemble this thing in a circle, which is now gonna lead to this weird shape. But if I adjust the rotation of this bearing, I think I did something wrong. Yeah, I think it was the wrong direction I welded this into. Yeah, this looks not much better, but now I can adjust the rotation, and if I turn up the physics, you can see we get our half circle back. So if I just dupe this blueprint, I can weld both sides together and now I have a square. But if I put this off the lift, you can see it's actually forming into a circle. And I'm on physics 5 now and the performance is absolutely great. Like, it's not laggy at all. Now, this can already be amazing for building something like a round tower in scrap mechanic vanilla. Now, I think the bearings are not as strong though, so the whole thing just keeps falling down like domino. But I think if I make the bearings a little stronger, it's interesting. Okay, maybe you need to spawn it in on advanced physics, wait for the lag to settle, and then you can turn it back to simple 7, for example, and it's looking pretty good if I do say so myself. But now I'm wondering if this thing can stand up for itself. Like, could we use this as a wheel? Or we could build a looping with this thing. Now I'm just gonna weld it on here and it's holding up somewhat. It doesn't really have the shape I want it to be. But if I turn up the physics, yeah, it's really starting to get laggy. And if I turn the physics too low, you're gonna see the whole thing just keeps collapsing. So now I'm gonna need something to stabilize the circle. Maybe I can just connect stuff with blocks and like weld it together. So if I like weld these pieces on here, it should hold stuff together. And oh, it's actually not collapsing. Like, check this out. I'm on physics 1. I mean, it's not looking like a wheel at all. Maybe if I turn up the physics. You know, there's a funny thing about circles and squares. You see, when you expand a square into a circle, the whole thing, well, expands. So this thing is basically squeezing together the circle. So I'm gonna need something like a reverse suspension, something that can extend. Now, of course, pistons do the job. And the other cool thing about pistons is that they even extend if they're not supposed to. So, okay, I think I first need to place the pistons and then place down the block. And oh, yep, it welded. Nice. So I'm not gonna need this improvised lift. And now if I let this thing off my lift, you can see the pistons are extending somewhat. Okay, now as this is falling onto the ground, it's not exactly looking like a circle, but on advanced physics, maybe I need to manually expand these things. Right, so if I'm gonna connect all of these to the switch, Then activate the switch and let this thing off the lift. It's an improvement. I think I need to extend the pistons more. And maybe also increase the physics. So if I now let this... Oh, we are making real progress. Okay, just a bit more, I think. Okay, I think one more and we have an actual circle in Scrap Mechanic. Wow, this is incredible. And I like how the physics are somewhat realistic. Like without spokes, the wheel is much less stable, so it basically collapses on these Scrap Mechanic physics. But now that I've added them, you can see the whole thing holds up on physics 5. But now the question on all of our minds is, can I actually use this as a wheel? So first I think I'm gonna need 4 of these. This is gonna become like a huge car. Oh, it's even better on physics 7. I think I'm gonna try and build a little smaller wheel, so the car's not gonna be that huge. So this, by the way, is the difference between using 6-degree angle steps or 5-degree angle steps. I think I'm gonna try this. My creation just disappeared? Oh my, what the hell? I literally cannot put it on the lift anymore. This creation is just cursed. What have I found? Well, I think I'm gonna have to make a new world because I'll definitely want to upload this to the workshop somehow. Alright, and now I have another circle. Oh my god, you can actually see it's rolling. I'm on physics 7 right now, and okay, sadly that's not working, but I think we can really build a wheel out of these blocks. Oh my god. Alright, but first I'm gonna need to add the spokes. Well, I just realized this wheel has a very big issue because it's not 100% symmetrical. Like, I cannot really rotate this with a 1x1 bearing. Alright, so there we've got a slightly smaller circle. Yep, it's also more wibbly wobbly. Like, I wonder if the wheel itself is gonna have some, like, bounce as well. This might be the most realistic wheel physics ever. Most importantly, this wheel has a clear center though. So, oh my god, it's actually rolling. Okay, I have a feeling my game just crashed. This is more of a challenge than I expected it to be. Oh my god, I need to get this thing on the lift ASAP. It's like a world crasher. Well, why is this thing lagging out the game as much? It's just 288 bearings. Hoping if I disconnect the switch and connect it to my logic gate, which should always be activated, that I'm not gonna have this issue. I mean, to be fair, this is like pure speculation at this point. I can already feel how Scrap Mechanic is not liking all these bearings. Alright, one more wheel. We are almost done. It's not crashing so far. Okay, placing down the lift with the creation on it takes like 5 seconds at the moment. Okay, now all I'm gonna need is a really strong electric engine and pray to God that my game is not gonna crash. Alright, I think I'm ready to finally take this thing for a test drive. Okay, this is the wrong physics. Oh no. Oh no, it's beginning again. Yep, I think it's the sound engine of Scrap Mechanic that's dying. I'm just hoping that physics 5 is gonna help, but the answer is, oh my god. Okay, now I turn to physics to simple 7. I'm gonna rejoin the world because I think this is gonna get rid of some stuff that happens. And if I'm really lucky, it's just gonna work. Oh my god. Like, look at it. It's driving. I'm not having a lot of frames, but the game is also not crashing. Okay, I think the wheels are not stable enough. Okay, advanced physics was a mistake. So weirdly enough, if I have just 2 wheels here, it looks more or less like it's working. And it's not freezing my game every time, so I think there's a critical amount of bearings you can use before the game just completely stops working. Well, you see the game is a little laggy, but it's not crashing anymore. And that's because I'm only trying to use 3 wheels now. Like, this might actually work, though I have a feeling the pistons are a little weak. Alright, so now I've added... Okay, I don't think this is working as well as I expected. Like, look, the wheel, it's turning by itself, using the power of weird piston physics. Well, I think I have something like a 3-wheeler now. I mean, I kind of realized the steering on it is not great since I can't stabilize it with 2 bearings. We're just gonna hope that this sort of works. I mean, it is super laggy, but... Let's turn on the engine. Oh my god, you can actually see the wheels are moving. Okay, maybe the engine is not strong enough. It is super laggy. Oh my god, it works! Oh my, look, I can actually steer this thing as well. Oh god, you see the bearing is super floppy. And this wheel just refuses to spin. Oh my god, like, let's see if like lower physics make it better. It's more wobbly, but... Oh god, okay, I think the... Yep, the wheel at the back is ruined, but the front wheels are still sorta working. I think I have another idea. Right, so this is working. Now, put an axle down for steering, which is super wonky. I should probably get to like simple 7. So now I'm just using the big wheels to actually move my car, and the tiny wheels are just for steering, but it's not working super well, to be honest. Okay, I have a feeling the pistons are kind of the problem. And yeah, the more pistons I try to add to this thing, the worse it gets. So I think I have a much smarter idea. Okay, I've already made a wheel that moves on its own, which is interesting. Maybe I can build a whole car like this. But the big improvement with this idea is that I only need 2 pistons, which did not work, honestly. I think I had the best idea ever. So I have the piston on one side and a suspension on the other side. So basically the piston can now expand 3 blocks, which could be more than the circle is long, but then the suspension is just gonna contract a little and everything should work beautifully. Oh my god, look at it! It's not weirdly spinning around anymore, and I got like an actual wheel. Right, so I think I've just built another car with this new technique, and it's already moving on its own. Oh my god, why is this so difficult? It is quite laggy too. But yeah, let's turn on the electric engine and see if it actually drives. Okay, it does drive. Actually fairly well. This car is really lightweight, I forgot that. And I can even steer with this thing. Is this car any good? Okay, I don't think I need all-wheel drive. Just the rear wheels should be enough. But yeah, these things don't even want to spin on their, like, own. I'm basically now just pushing the... Oh my god. Dude, I really need to test this on some terrain, I think. Oh, actually, it works pretty good on, like, Physics 5, it seems. I mean, I can't wait to see these wheels perform on terrain. Well, first I need to lower my physics before my game crashes. Okay, we've got a little bit of a cornfield over there. Like, this looks so stupid. I mean, I guess the wheels are a little bouncy, which, like, helps. Okay, I think I'm literally squishing my wheels with the thrusters now. These wheels even work. They are so wobbly. Dude, I can even drive on Physics 3. Like, oh my god. Okay, I think one of my wheels just died. Okay, I don't think the thrusters were really doing much. Like, I have no idea what I just built. It just looks really interesting. Well, it drives on Physics 3. It's like, how? Well, I guess this is sort of a success. It drives, but much worse than I expected.